Good morning and welcome everybody once again to Adventures in Digital Marketing. If you don't know who I am, my name is Rob Orr and I'm a web designer developer who's obsessed with digital marketing and coming on here daily to document my own journey, to connect with you guys, to let you guys know about the things that I'm working on and the experiences that I've having. So if we haven't met before, I do this show every day. I call it Adventures in Digital Marketing because that's mostly what I'm talking about here is stuff that I'm learning and growing in understanding of with digital marketing stuff. So what I wanted to do real quick though is if you're with me live, would really appreciate it. Hit me up with a hashtag live and let me know where you're watching from, or if you're watching this on the replay, hit me up with a hashtag replay, because I know that people are seeing these shows on the replay, and that's fine too. I would love to see your questions and comments and stuff like that. One more quick thing though before I get into what I wanted to talk about today. If you ever miss any of these shows and you happen to be interested and want to go back and check out the stuff that I've talked about before, I keep all of these things on my podcast as well. It takes a couple days for them to get updated and whatnot, but they get moved over there. They're on my YouTube channel and it's on my blog at roborr.net. So if you're interested in any of that, I would love to see you over there too. Anyway, my experience thus far in version 2.0 of the One Funnel Away Challenge. It's been freaking amazing. One of the great things that I really appreciate about Russell is his desire to teach. And, a lot of people talk about their desire to contribute in the digital marketing space. And I get it. It's a noble aspiration, but a lot of times people are in it because they want to get out of debt or, variety of different motivations. And being a teacher is not always at the top of their list. And that's fine too. It doesn't really matter to me what the motivation is, in large part. But one of the big things that, Russell talks about a lot is that he has the desire, the call to contribution, as he calls it. And you can definitely see the sincerity with which he does this stuff. He comes across as profoundly authentic, and he is a fantastic teacher. And I really appreciate the fact that that he messes up. One of the things, as an interesting note, there was a lesson last week he was teaching, and one of the great things about this is he's delivering all of this stuff live right now. And but one of the things he was teaching this new concept for your flagship framework, which is freaking amazing. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. But he was teaching about this and he stopped himself and he's like, I don't think I'm really nailing this. So do you guys mind if I step back and roll things back a little bit and start over, and back up, because I want to make sure that I get this right. And I was like, that's pretty freaking awesome for a guy like Russell, who has so much experience in the digital marketing world, so much experience teaching and delivering this content, and even this new stuff that he's doing right now, which is off the chain good. Just to see him go, what I'm talking about here is not really adding up, so let me back up. I just thought that was a moment of authenticity that, was a welcome sight, at least for me, because, he's human, but sometimes he doesn't seem like he's human because of the stuff that, that he's doing all the time. So, but he, like I said, he's delivering this live and he's taking a totally different approach this time. There was a different framework that he used to approach the One Funnel Away the first time. And this is completely different. And, one of the things that I think a lot of people struggled with the first time around was the concept of how to build their products, right? I know for me, I had an idea of what I wanted to do going into the One Funnel Away Challenge the first time that I went through it. But I probably am more in the minority there than in the majority. So the way he's starting it off this time is talking through, these core concepts and these these core areas where, as you know, people that are experts in the expert space are able to get results for their clients. And he started with this, and he's teaching this whole idea of this flagship framework that is the first time I've ever heard this. I've read all kinds of stuff. I can't say that I've read everything that he's ever written because he publishes a ton of freaking stuff, but I've read, you know, all of the books in the trilogy several times, and I've got several of his other resources because they're that good. But the way he's approaching One Funnel Away 2.0 is so helpful because it starts with this idea of how to break down and get your own product and service created. And he does this by taking you through this flagship framework and this way that you get results. And then he pieces it all together in a really structural and very awesome, very easy to understand way. And I know a lot of people are still struggling with that because I have a study group. And if you're interested in that, by the way, hit me up with a comment below, let me know. But I've got a study group with about 30 or 40 people in there. And we're still talking through some of this stuff with some of the folks that are in this group. And if you've not been exposed to the things that Russell teaches, it can definitely seem like a foreign concept, but the way he's teaching it this time, if you've been through it before, man, it should be like One Funnel Away 1.0 should be a prerequisite to taking One Funnel Away 2.0 if you've never done it before, because there's so much stuff in 2.0 that builds off of the stuff that he covered in 1.0. But that's not to say that if you've never taken the One Funnel Away challenge that you should try to figure out a way to get into the old version. I have access to the old version because I've been through it like 5 times. But the new version, it's just very complimentary, I guess is a better way to say that. One of the things too that they're doing and delivering is that they're delivering some of the videos from the One Funnel Away Challenge 1.0 in 2.0. So like the Greatest Showman and the funnel hacking process videos that were part of One Funnel Away 1.0 are also in this new version as well. So it's very cool. It's been a great learning experience. For me, if you know anything about me, I talk a lot about on this channel about how I repeat stuff. I go back through to build mastery. That's, one of the things that I've learned as a web developer is just by doing the work over and over and over again and exposing yourself to the concepts and the ideas and the strategies and the tactics. Just going through it one time doesn't cement it in your mind. You need to go through the material multiple times, I think, in order to get the most out of it. It's really like no different than when you were in high school or grade school or whatever. You went over the same concepts all the time. Like one of the classes that my daughter is taking is Latin. She's in high school now and she takes Latin. And one of the things that she has to do is she just has to drill her vocabulary and drill the cases and all of the different kinds of things that you have to know to be able to construct a sentence. And so it's no different when it comes to this digital marketing stuff, that you need to go through these things and be exposed to this material multiple different times in order to get the most out of it. So don't be discouraged though if you're doing this for the first time. I know, and I've seen, and I've personally experienced that you can go through the version of the One Funnel Away Challenge that we're in right now, version 2.0. You can do this for the first time, having never come into this, and be successful with the One Funnel Away Challenge if you listen and you pay attention and you do the homework and you ask questions. Asking questions and getting engagement and talking with other people that are going through it is the thing that makes it all come together. Doing this by yourself is not going to work. That's why I put together the study group, so that people can get together and put their heads together to find solutions for their questions. But, you just drilling this stuff over and over again and doing the work, you can be successful with it. So we're only halfway through week 2 right now. There's still a lot to cover, lots of things to do. They had to start building funnels this week. So it's interesting. I've still got a little bit of catch up to do, some things that I need to be working on, because I spent a lot of time working on the initial stuff with the flagship framework and your core results and all that kind of stuff. But that's so far, that's been the most mind-blowing thing. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. If you haven't joined the One Funnel Away Challenge and you're coming into this later, you're seeing this video or hearing this audio on replay, I've got a link down below in the comments if you want to check it out. I've got some stuff that I'm working on. Study group is for people that are trying to get together and study. We can talk more about that if you're interested in it. So anyway, I definitely would encourage you to get signed up for that. Questions, comments, thoughts, feedback, hit me up with a comment below. I'd really appreciate that. It means a lot when you guys join me live. I really appreciate that. For those of you that watch this on a replay at another time, I really appreciate that as well. Everybody who takes some time to spend a few minutes with me, it means a lot to me that you come in here and do that with me. So anyway, I got stuff to do. I'm running a little bit behind today, but I did want to come in here and talk to you about this stuff today. You guys have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.